Do not spoil what you have been desiring, what you have not. Remember, what you have now was once among the things you only hoped for. Now that is something that I can get behind in 2026, and in today's video I'm going to be talking through my first ever 2026 low spend year. I've never done this before. I'm a 30-year-old mum in Australia, and this is just something that I've seen throughout the years, and I've just gone, oh, you know, maybe one day. This year is that day, I guess. If you haven't met me before, hi, my name's Rebecca, nice to meet you. I'm a 30-year-old mum here in Western Australia. I'm a person with disabilities and raising a child who also has disabilities. I am in a partnered, committed relationship. On this channel, I do videos such as, you know, going through my motherhood journey, the ups and downs, the triumphs, the sadness, the grief, all of it. And I also talk through my disability journey and what that's like for me and just my journey up until this point. And I also do budgeting and finance videos just like this one. So if you like and you want to stick around for 2026, follow me on this journey for a low spend year, and you want to tag along too, hit subscribe, hit follow, and let's get into the video. I'm going to do 10 rules. So heading into number one of the ones that has been the most struggle for me in the last year, and that's DoorDash and any sort of takeaway apps. Now, I will just give a caveat. I am legally blind, so I can't drive, so I can't just go down and pick up takeaway. That's just not an option for me. So that's why I have, you know, gone to the likes of apps and things like that. But I'm really trying to remember that 10 years ago, this was not a thing. We did not have takeaway apps. At least, you know, it was Pizza Hut and Domino's, and that was it. So I definitely want to try and mentally switch back to that. It was definitely a really, really big struggle. And actually, I'm very proud of myself. I have already gone and completely, like, deleted and closed my DoorDash app. I have gotten rid of the subscription that I had, which was the yearly subscription. Apparently I saved like $200 last year, but I also spent way more than that. So, you know, not really much of a win in a way. I've completely gotten rid of it, and I've also gotten rid of Uber Eats. Not that I use that much anyway, but you know, any other sort of like takeaway apps I will not be using this year. Number 2 is no Afterpay or pay in 4 schemes. Now, over the years, I've been known to do Zip Pay. I've been known to do like Zip Money, Zip Pay, and Afterpay especially. That is something that I'm cutting off. I've also cut and closed my Afterpay account. I've had my Zip Pay closed for almost a year now, so that's fine. But my Afterpay I have reopened a couple of times in the last year. That is now completely closed. I have no access to that. It is gone. It's zilch nothing. That is something that I'm sticking to this year. Number 3, and this is on clothing. So I want to be able to limit myself to buying 1 to 2 items of clothing per month, but only if they are from high quality brands that have really good materials and they're made really sustainably, or from op shops, or also known as thrift shopping or secondhand shops. I have been known to shop at Temu so much this year. It is insane. I've also closed and like completely gotten rid of my Temu and Shein apps, any sort of like fast fashion or anything like that. That is my goal, is to even, I don't want to completely cut buying clothes because I don't think that's realistic for me, especially as a mum. Obviously, this is just for me. I'm not setting that limit to her. She's a bit different. She is literally a growing child. But for me, I definitely still want to at least buy something just to. And look, there will probably be months where I don't buy any clothing, and that's fine. I don't have to, this is just a limit. That does not mean that I have to buy 2 items of clothing per month. Like, it's just a limit, and it still sets me up for success because, you know, it limits me, but it's not completely cut off, you know? So that's my sort of plan with that one. Number 4, which I've kind of already touched on, which is no buying fast fashion from Temu. This is actually, I believe, from Temu. This is one that I am going to keep because it's a really, really pretty dress. But apart from that, most of my other clothing items and stuff like that, I will not be buying from Temu at all this year. Like I said, I've already closed the account down. That's it. Nada. See you later. Number 5 is no new tech until something breaks. Now, I probably will already have to spend a little bit of money because the aux cord that I have 2 aux cords, and they are both starting to break and starting to like fray and stuff like that. Not fray, but you know what I mean. Something like that is something that I will have to buy throughout the year. But unless it breaks, I'm not buying any new tech. Unless I save up for it. If it's something that I actually want, like for example, like a new console that comes out, like an Xbox or PlayStation 5, and I know it's coming out, and I have a rough ballpark of how much I want to spend, then throughout the year I'll save up for that. I have a laptop, I have 2 gaming PCs, actually a handheld and a mini PC just there. You know, in this last year I bought the gaming handheld PC. I did buy it secondhand, so there was that. And then I actually also bought my laptop secondhand too. So there is that element of it, but it definitely wasn't something that I saved up for. I went, oh cool, I can buy it now. It was very impulse purchases. So that is definitely something that I will be doing in 2026. Number 6 is I will be limiting to only buying 3 new bed sheets per year. Again, not from Temu. I have been so bad with buying from Temu just in general this year, just with everything, and especially bed sheets. Now, as much as I love my bed sheet, this is actually from Target, but as much as I love the bed sheets that I get from Temu, the ones that I've got I'm keeping. Anything new I will be buying from, again, similar to like the higher quality brands of clothes. I want higher quality brands of bed sheets and better materials and just all of that, just thinking more sustainably. But yeah, that's definitely one to stick to. Number 7 is no new home aesthetic purchases unless it's from an op shop. So I'm talking mugs. I bought this desk this year when I had a perfectly fine desk before, but it just wasn't in the color that I wanted. Otherwise, anything else is aesthetic, if they're not from an op shop and it's not something that I absolutely need, I'm not getting. Like, there is just no need for it, you know? Number 8, no new furniture items unless it's something that I've saved up for. So I did this a lot last year, just in general, where I would go, oh, I want this now, it's an impulse, I'm going to take it out of my emergency fund and then reimburse it back on my next pay. I'm not doing that anymore. That's not healthy. That's just a really dumb decision to do, and I can, I'm self-aware enough to recognize that and to now go, okay, I need to stop that this year. So if I want a piece of furniture, I am not getting it unless I save up for it. Similar to like consoles and stuff like that. When I know they're coming out, then I can save up for it. Yeah, that's definitely something that I'm going to be doing more efficiently this year. So number 8 is no new makeup and donate what I don't use. So I'm actually somewhat decently good at this anyway. Like, I don't wear a lot of makeup, even though the makeup that I do have, like I have a brand new foundation bottle that is completely unusable. Well, I do have a foundation bottle that is brand new. I've used it only like maybe 4 times. It's just not the right skin tone. It just doesn't suit my skin tone. So that is something that I will be donating. But everything else I use very sparingly. So I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to do this just fine. Number 10, and the final one for at least this point in time, is to check my subscriptions every 3rd quarter. I think I mentioned this in a couple of my other videos previously for this year with subscriptions, that I am very like month to month based. Like, I'll pause subscriptions and resubscribe. That's something that I want to just curb all together and just trial for 3 months. If I find that I still use it, then I continue for another 3 months. If I don't use it, I'll pause it for 3 months. When I check again, if I find like, okay, I want to use it again, trial it again, then I'll trial it again. But otherwise, just really being super strict on the subscriptions that I use. And even if we swap and change, like I know some people do 3 months of Disney and then 3 months of Netflix type of thing. Even if we do that, I'm okay with doing that. So I want to just end off with a couple of other different mantras that I'm definitely going to be going into 2026. Comment down below any other mantras that you have that you connect to as well. I am someone that's very spiritual, but I don't really subscribe to the, money flows to me easily and I am abundance of money and that kind of stuff. Like, I just don't really connect with that because that's just not realistic, right? It doesn't really just fall into your lap like that. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Unless you win lotto. One of the ones that I'm definitely going into January with specifically, I am stronger than my urge to spend. So this is definitely a mindset shift, having the willpower and the strength and just the willpower and the courage to just not spend. Believing in yourself that you are stronger, that you are more capable than your urge to spend, because consumerism and the urge to spend in general is definitely related to our emotional state at the time. Also just in the psychology of money and the psychology of human beings. It's just, for the better part of our human history, we've fought for our lives. It's only been the last 50, 60, maybe a little bit longer years that we've had peaceful living in a sense. Not everywhere, obviously. And I think a lot of the time, a lot of us have taken that for granted and we've taken it too far. This is definitely something that I want to stick to and truly believe in myself that I can do it. And my last one for today's video is never spend money before you have it. So this kind of goes back to saving up for that thing that you want, or waiting 30 days before you make a purchase. Don't do what I did last year and spend what I had saved. I didn't really have it. That wasn't for that purpose. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all had a lovely and safe new year and a great start to 2026. If you have goals for yourself for this year, for a low spend or even a no spend year, let me know down below. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.